Slayton is the running back to his left. Both threats to take it the whole way anytime. Slayton on the stretch. Somehow turned the corner. Slayton still on his feet, picked up 8 or 9. It outside. Didn't look like much. Still got 8 yards. White pulls it back on the keeper. Out to the 45-yard. Schmidt is in the backfield, number 35. He is the big 260-pound fullback. And Owen Schmidt will get a carry. Just lowers his shoulder and pulls to midfield.
Pat White when he carries the football.
If this offense doesn't turn it over, they get 40 on anybody. That's their average. Slayton on a bubble screen. Look out! That great speed takes him inside the 20 middle linebacker.
Does a great job. Watch him get out in front of this. Steve Slayton is in motion. They've thrown the ball to him. That's the 20th catch now for him this season. Excellent blocking downfield by receivers and the tackle. And then Slayton's speed out in space.
It's like that without receivers blocking, and they are about as good as anybody with their wideouts throwing blocks. White on the option. Now he'll get a block from Slayton. Every time you think they're 10th in scoring, they are marching with the opening kick. Cincinnati shows blitz, backs out of it. Slayton inside the 10. White, quarterback, keeper. That was a plan.
Decision every time the ball is snapped, what he's going to do with it.
White quickly out to Renaud. Renaud breaks the tackle inside the 5 to the.
Once the ball's in his hands, they have a lot of options, whether he keeps, whether he gives, whether he throws the bubble screen on a lot of their offensive plays.
Villagrana comes in as the tight end, and he replaces one of the wide receivers. White to Schmidt. The 260.
Again, now this is Slayton and this is Schmidt. Now when Slayton dives in here, watch how much attention is paid to Slayton and Pat White. Fake to Slayton, and now right here, they've got White covered and they've got Slayton covered, but nobody is on Owen Schmidt out here. They got concerned with the two dangerous guys, and they let the big fella alone on the outside.
Did you?
Yeah.
Mountaineers will start from their own 2. White under center this time. Then Slayton wedges out a yard. You referred to Owen Division 3. Nobody wanted him. White throws incomplete as his receiver. White quarterback draw, nearly trapped in the end zone.
Yeah,
great job by the Cincinnati. Now White has to go back to work. Good field position to start with. Devine trying to turn the corner. Nothing doing. Flag is down. That looked like it's going to be a hold on. White with the fake, keeps it himself. Can't get outside, dragged down by the face mask.
Yeah.
West Virginia 2nd and 7. Slayton. Nice cut.
Well, you see that Cincinnati defense.
They are particularly good against the run. 13th in the country. So it's strength against strength. White on 3rd down. Slayton on the screen. Fighting for extra yards would be a couple short of a first down. I thought was a really good rule, but they rescinded it. People in other sports, I guess, were complaining about it. Slayton, nowhere to go. One of the reasons that Slayton's numbers are down
away from Steve Slayton's numbers.
And the quarter will expire before West Virginia can 14-yard line. Renaud in motion. White turns around and throws it to Renaud. Excellent defense by Cincinnati. Gang tackling, no gain.
And there was a real buzz in Cincinnati about this game tonight.
Could be the biggest crowd ever to watch a game here in this stadium. White on the run, throws. Renaud can't catch it, and it's intercepted.
The 23rd interception of the season.
We'll be covering, obviously, the Nextel Cup race tomorrow. Pat White picks up about...
Team winning 4 consecutive bowl games on 4 consecutive weeks, and now he's got to get it done on the championship weekend here in Miami in front of what should...
You know, with Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon being on the same team and their mechanics and their crews all working together and working on the cars together, how is it that one of the drivers or one of the cars is doing that much better than the other one during this stretch here?
It's a great question, Todd. It has a lot to do with the experience of the pit crews and experience of the crew chiefs, and both teams are almost unbeatable, as you say. And between the two of them, they've won the last 6 races in a row, so they have certainly owned this championship chase themselves.
Jerry, how about Dale Jr.? It's going to be...
Prior to leaving after this race on Sunday night and moving to Hendrick Motorsports, so we will certainly be an emotional farewell for him.
In years past in college football, and as you just saw, White on 3rd and short goes for the quarterback keeper to get a first down in Cincinnati territory. White again on the option, this time behind Slayton. Somebody lost a helmet, and
when he's at full speed.
White has got Schmidt out in the flat. That's a nice catch. Very nimble for a guy who's...
And turn upfield.
Schmidt will get a carry this time. And on that last play, just what you want to see if you're 100. He's fun to watch, Holly. West Virginia driving. They've been held down pretty much since the opening drive by Cincinnati's defense. Renaud got to the 20, then pushed back. If not more. You saw Rich Rodriguez shaking his head. White got a gun for an arm and throws complete inside the 10-yard line. Jock Sanders,
true freshman, working more and more in the offense along with Noel Devine.
Sanders is already, or is also, the number 3 tailback, but when you've got...
To the spot, to the wide, might try to throw a fade out there.
White rolls that way. Schmidt's wide open. White's going to run it himself. Touchdown. Well, quite well so far. White. How did he avoid that and throws a perfect strike downfield to Jala?
Play there. We've seen Ben Mock show some ability to get away from pressure. Pat White showed it right there.
We've heard more than one coach that they've played say he can just make you look silly. White on the run. Inside the 40 to the 39. Here's Reese. Reese, are we surprised?
No.
Nothing can surprise you these days. Oregon loses on Thursday night, number 2. Oklahoma's what, number 3 this week? White, nice fake to Slayton. Dives down to near.
It seems to be working out pretty well for him at West Virginia.
Holly, if they're choosing up in the backyard, and I've got first choice, I'm taking Pat White. Fake to Slayton. White keeps behind Schmidt and Slayton. Well, he just explodes.
Kid seems to be working out pretty well for him at West Virginia.
Holly, if they're choosing up in the backyard, and I've got first choice, I'm taking Pat White. Fake to Slayton. White keeps behind Schmidt and Slayton. Well, he just quickly because he has great speed and great vision. This is too easy. I mean, he's got Owen Schmidt lead blocking. There's no leverage by the Cincinnati so much at 185 pounds. Well, most of the time when he gets hit, it's usually down the field by smaller guys, defensive backs. That was a perfect example. White again. And I think this is a nice adjustment by West Virginia.
Of where he's going to run, what crease is open for him.
Under 2 minutes to go in the half. West Virginia marching behind White. Schmidt's open. He throws downfield. Darius Renaud to the
time. But he put the ball where it was supposed to be the majority of the time.
9 out of 11, 106 yards passing so far for White. He's rushed for 70 in the first half. Slayton. Maybe a yard, and that's all.
Tremendous effectiveness.
White, quarterback sweep, walks in. Great. After a really silly delay, we'll start from the 17-yard line. Slayton and Schmidt beside White. White on the keeper. He just makes people miss so effortlessly.
Well, Parker has that kind of vision. He knows where the defenders are, and it's just a little stop and start. I mean, you can't fault Anthony Hoke. He was in the right position.
White, quick throw to Reynard. Swarmed under as he got to the 30.
That speed off the edge.
Slayton.
There he is right there, chasing the play from the backside. You see the close.
2nd and 8. White straight ahead. A lot of times this is
because he's got a quarterback in Vince Young, who's a mobile guy as well.
Pressure on White. What a great fake. Gets out of bounds. Just a little. Another first down for the Mountaineers at their own 45. White dives forward for about 4.
That's how he got that zone read on the defensive end, and everything blossomed from there. It was an accident.
Well, sometimes the best thing that happened is looking at it from a different perspective, and accidents will do that. Slayton, nice move on his part to get to the outside, and Slayton on a play that could have lost it.
White at West Virginia, a lot of quarterback run is a part and parcel of this offense.
3rd and 2, White. Devine, the freshman. Check in with Reese. For them, another step closer to a national championship shot if they can win the next 3 weeks. They play Connecticut next week, Pitt the week after that. And boys, there's been help galore this year. Every time teams need 3 people above them to lose, they do.
Another big 3rd down for the Cincinnati defense. Can they respond after the turnover?
You can't leave this defense out there forever. They're going to get torched. And this pass complete to knock itself right out of it. First down, Mountaineers at the 27. Slayton to the 34. Ball came out.
When they've had problems this year, well, it's been the Cincinnati turnovers that have really hurt their cause tonight. You can't play a team as good as West Virginia and give away opportunities and give away the football, and that's what they've done so far tonight.
White straight ahead. No, you're not going to stop them all the time.
No.
And if you give them
Flying, he's very frustrated.
I can imagine, because Holly, he has turned in a great performance tonight. Slayton. You just get the feeling these guys are one, and all 3 of the guys that play a lot have been tenacious in that department. Slayton. It's already number 3 all-time in West. Schmidt is the only senior starter on offense, and if that doesn't scare defensive coordinators to death, I don't know what would. Slayton again. Drilled out of bounds by
football.
West Virginia is just starting to pound the Cincinnati defense. Before that play, the last 7 carries.
Out of the house with pads one day, guys, and she finally relented, but it's a miracle he's even getting to play.
Well, he said he would have been, he and his brother. There goes Slayton. He's got some power, too. Nakamura, one of the guys he's dragging with him along with. And she wasn't scratching him with it either. Mountaineers moved way back to the Cincinnati 47. Here goes White.
Yeah, they're just driving on it right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only game they lost. South Florida, one of the reasons they lost it was Pat White was injured.
I bet he doesn't run it on this one. I think Rich Rodriguez saw him limping a little bit. I bet he gives the football to someone else on this play.
Schmidt. Throw a bone to the big guy. 3rd and 7. Cincinnati comes with the blitz. White unloads. Slayton out of the backfield, never saw it. Not
pressure and played man. They're lining up in 0 man coverage again, it looks like.
They thought they'd have stopped him. Now they got to do it again. Blitz coming. White over the middle, incomplete.
They baited him. They thought
Right.
Jackson was special.
Well, Jackson, before he hurt his hip, he was virtually
President in and of its own.
Last time West Virginia had the ball, they went 6 minutes. Took a lot of time off the press right now as the Mountaineers driving, leading by 11. Slayton on the stretch. They just wait for a seam.
They have certain things that they like to do. I mean, this is the stretch play where the linemen are going to just kind of reach outside and let Slayton just kind of pick a crease. As soon as he sees an alley or a crease, he always sacrifice plays for tempo. I mean, you can draw up a bunch of plays, but if it slows your team down and slows your execution down, it's no good.
And they are wearing this defense down. Nice cutback by Slayton. First down inside the 40.
This year and even tonight, but they don't have a lot of depth. They're not playing a lot of different people out there.
First down, Mountaineers. Slayton again. Great move to get outside. And he's at the 30. Holly, it's going to be a little tough to focus after tonight. If they win this game, they were 5th in both polls, 6th in the BCS. They would move up a couple as White goes for the end zone with a nod. And the ball comes loose. Number 68 as he hustled downfield to get Pat White another block and a couple of more yards. Slayton lost his balance momentarily. Stiff arm gets another couple of yards. He's down to the 5th.
Virginia compared to 11 for Cincinnati.
2nd and 6. White stumbles over one of his linemen. 55 yards tonight. 3rd and 5. White. Slayton is wide open. Slayton to the 1. Nobody was within 10 yards of Slayton until he turned back.
Now watch when Pat White looks back here. He's got a couple of options. He goes to Slayton, and Slayton not able to step.
Slayton, touchdown, West Virginia.
Times, different stages of people's careers.
White gives it to Slayton. West Virginia trying to be very careful here. Bird makes the tackle as Slayton just refuses. They average 462 a game. That's an average. Slayton.
You made the comment about turnovers have all Slayton to make big plays. You're right. Turnovers are the only thing that stop it.
3rd and 6.
Ball loose again. There it is.
The one thing you want to do right here is protect the football, and he didn't.
Normally you tell a runner to put it in